months of lockdown, it's no surprise that the pandemic has put a real dampener on many people's love lives.
But if you're looking for a way to kickstart your libido, Swedish Matchmaker, Asa Baav, is here to explain why you should start embracing a Scandinavian approach to sex. So it's lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in today. And I suppose the first question has got to be, what do the Scandinavians do better than we do?
Well, we are very open-minded when it comes to sex, when it comes to our just education in terms of intimacy.
Yeah.
And we're just being outside a lot, you know. Just
Naked outside?
Yeah, naked
dipping,
all the time.
sauna is huge.
Exactly, yeah. So it's always coming back to our own body and who we are and just being very natural with who we are and what we're eating and enjoying.
You say that, but actually, when you were younger, I mean, actually not that long ago, you were much more shy than you are now. So
Yes.
what changed for you?
Yeah, well, when I was younger, I just felt that being more sensual and being more sexual would probably never lead me to a relationship that was more serious. So I kind of started dating as just a part of myself. But then when I was 30, I thought, actually, I'm hiding a huge part of who I am and, you know, my being. So there I started to align myself with everything that I am, you know.
And this is really what the business is, because
Yes,
there's many sort of matchmaking sites out there, dating websites, apps, all sorts of stuff. And you started tailormatched 3 years ago. But where this is different to others is that, you know, people put their interests and their hobbies down, but actually equally as important is a person's sexual preference, their likes and their dislikes.
Yes, exactly. So we talk about sexual compatibility, we talk about life compatibility. So we do that 360-degree compatibility and just making sure everything is fine
Aligned.
and natural to talk about, you know. We shouldn't be ashamed of who we are and what we're into.
So, and this is mostly Swedish-based?
So we are based in London, so we do work in London and in the UK.
And would anyone in Sweden need a site like this? Because they are, obviously, as you've said, you know, much more open, much more face-to-face, in touch with their own bodies, know what they like, so they wouldn't need a site like this.
Well, when it comes to dating, a lot of people feel the dating fatigue, don't they, when it comes to dating apps. So what we do is an offline matchmaking service whereby we really take the time to get to know every single person that we're talking to, and then we're matching in the background, so there are no algorithms, it's all human-led.
So they must tell you stuff that they've never told anybody else.
They do tell me stuff, yes, which is really beautiful in order to provide that open space for people to just be able to speak very freely about who they are.
And is your hope that people won't just have to find these spaces that they can open up and be free with how they feel sexually, but just be able to be like that every day, that it becomes more normal?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's being normal in terms of having conversation with ourselves about what we're into, being able to talk to our partner, being able to talk to the person we're dating, even having an open conversation with friends, you know, maybe with family, you know, being able to have a healthy conversation with your children, you know, with your grandparents, whoever, having, you know, on the sofa, being live on TV talking about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do it a lot. We
to...
do it a lot here, but I mean, it's and I'm very, you know, very open with my sort of friends and family and that sort of stuff. But certainly it'll be quite a leap for some people. Let's go through your tips here. First thing first, organise your drawers.
Yeah, so it might sound boring, but it's actually very important to organise your sex life when it comes to your drawers, just making sure the lube is there, the toys are there, what you're wearing. Preparing your space is something that we're speaking about a lot as well, getting the room temperature right, you know, the lighting, all of these things, so you can just enjoy the moments rather than just faffing around and just getting everything ready.
This doesn't sound sexy, but you say it is. Scheduling when you're meant to have sex.
Yeah, when I first heard about scheduling sex life, I thought, oh my God, how unsexy. But actually, anything that is important to us, we should really invest in and making time for. And therefore, scheduling our sex lives from time to time. You know, we're all very busy. If you've got kids, you know, you've got a lot of things going on. So again, making sure that you don't have to rush. You really have this time and you can just consciously connect with your partner.
I wonder whether one of the biggest things is being confident in your own body. It's almost like before you can feel sexy with another person, you almost need to feel like when you look in the mirror, you need to feel that you are capable of being sexy, because I think sort of society dictates a certain way of looking. You know, we're all about to tune into Love Island, where they all look like the perfect bodies, the perfect things. Youth is always the sexiest thing. However, that's not the case, is it?
Yeah, no, it's just very important to just come back to yourself and, you know, your body and just be very comfortable. Just like I have gone through a massive journey of being comfortable in my body, aligning myself with all the parts that I am and just being able to be confident in who we are and what we do.
So do you think that's why people rely on alcohol when they're perhaps going in the bedroom, because it's a confidence thing?
Yeah, you know, confidence comes up a lot. We feel very nervous, you know, is someone that we like, even in a long-term relationship. So it is a lot when it comes to that.
And in Sweden, sober sex is the norm.
Yeah, we do have sober sex in Sweden, and even the trends around not drinking and, you know, non-alcoholic cocktails or wine and beverages that's been going in Sweden for many, many years.
Well, this is one we haven't discussed here on This Morning before. This was a new one for me, and this is a Yoni sunbathe. So a Yoni is the term used to describe all female sexual and reproductive organs. So a sunbathe? So how do you manage that?
So I mean, it's a very beautiful way to connect to yourself, you know, to your femininity. And as you were saying, there's another word for the female genitals. So it's exposing sunlight to that area. But of course, we need to be very careful. You would do it anything from like 5 seconds up to 5 minutes, not when the sun is very hot during the day.
Past the SPF.
Yes, exactly. So we have to be very careful.
But
so
if you haven't got a garden, what you do, just lie in a sort of patch of sun in the sitting room?
Yeah, in the garden, outside.
Do me a favour, when I cycle past you, shut your curtains.
Yeah.
Why is that good? Is it because it's liberating, or is it because the actual sunlight does something?
Yeah, so A is a boost of energy, and also it's so liberating. You know, it's very like connecting with yourself is hugely liberating. You just feel
male
very
and female,
free.
or is this just
male and female can do this.
Blokes as well.
Yes, so, but Yoni for the people with the vulva. But yes, both men and women can do this, and yeah, it feels, you know. And if you don't have a garden and you don't want to go to a park, you know, of course, privacy
is important.
But you can just do it inside as well, you know, in your home, and just like get the sunlight towards, you know, your body, and it feels very, very freeing. Yeah, everyone should try it.
So when I WhatsApp you
guys.
later on, I'm sorry, I can't reply.
It's a very cloudy day out there this morning.
It is a cloudy day.
Not today, guys. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Good.